Welcome to a very special episode of RAPodcast. Know your host. I am Draco655 and I am joining today by my co-host Shoot and Bendy Human. In this three-part mini-series, the three of us will be conducting interviews asking each other a series of questions in order to get to know one another better. For today's episode, I am in the hot seat, and I will be answering questions that have been consulted by my co-host. I don't know what to expect there. Let's get started.
Let's get started. This is going to be a fun time. So, Draco, how did you come up with the idea for your dragon mascot character?
Oh my god, my dragon mascot. Well, so my two first year into streaming was pretty much the way to me to trying to identify myself, which I never figured out until maybe like this couple of years. Um, and then like I mentioned maybe a lot of time, I like dragons, and my mom really loved dragons. My mom was almost like a collector statues, dragons, and she got like a lot of those, like fountain with dragons on it, lights with dragons, and I did a little bit myself, but not too much. And blue is my one of my favorite colors, so I asked someone at some point to draw me like just a dragons, and then that was one of what product made. And now with my new graphics, I'm very excited to this new cutie more dragon blues coming. So this is why I came up with that.
Why do you like racing games so much, Draco? What is the special connection that you have with them?
So racing game, I mean, it's almost like the same feeling as you should when you play like Game Boy games. I mean, racing game is like I like stuff. It's like I like when I can go faster, trying to find paths to go faster. Always try to improve myself. And racing game are the type of game where if I cut the corner a little bit more close, I can have a better time. And this all into my head, and then I really want to excel. And I always like the feeling like, okay, I have improved by zero point 0.5, I improved by 1 second, and always just racing in general. I really love those mechanic. And Mario Kart 64 or Mario Kart in general was really a spicy game for me because they have time trials and they have like items and stuff. And I have done a lot of stuff with just racing games. So I play competitive and non-competitive. So Mark, like any type of racing game, that's my type of game.
On a similar topic, what are your favorite memories of speedrunning?
So my first speedrun ever was I watched TGH. It's a speedrunner of Undertale, and I saw him at the first time at EGDQ, and the way he was enjoying that so much, and how it was like acting or just like playing, I was so mystical or curious about it, and I wanted to want to know more about it. So one day I go into his stream, and it's like every time a streamer or somebody like play a game, you always want to almost copy what he do. So I did try to play Undertale, and since that day I was so addicted to just play Undertale, and I love it so much. We found like I found like how to cheat the games, and I think I played like for almost a year just doing some speedrun, and then I was like, okay, if I can speedrun that, I got a decent computer after that, so I could play like Mario Kart, and then I just keep playing Mario Kart, and I speedrun my racing game, favorite racing game, with speedrunning, so I combined both at the same time, and for me that was just a blast.
Do you have any general play style or strategy tips that you can give that work generally well across all racing games universally?
To be honest, I don't think they have like any. I mean, I want to give some tips, but the most tip would be able to give is never losing hope. If you really want to get something, just go for it. Never give up. If I'm like every time, it's like on every speed run, it's like even if you like PB by a minute or 2 minutes, you can always improve your time. Every time could be increased or it could be like lowers. So if you really want something like almost like when I see the leaderboard of Ore, for me it's almost like you can always improve it. You can always go further. You can always push yourself. And that's why I never give up. I always go on, take it a day at a time, take a rest. I can spend 8 hours on a track if I need to be good, never losing hope, and you will get it.
I love that answer. That's so inspirational. So, what have you learned from your time on Retro Achievements?
Well, I learned a lot, quite a lot, because like I said, I did quitting Mario Kart 8 speedrun when I was holding like a ton of world record to go back to RA without I don't even know in my head I was like I don't even know if I'm gonna have something at the end. So I think like the most of I've talked with people, the more I was feeling relaxing. I'm still a little bit competitive, and I try to not to be too much. But when I'm so hyped, like right now, I have my hype with Mario Party DS with Sizzle. I cannot keep my ways like, oh, I need to catch him, I need to catch him, I need to beat him. But I have so much fun playing with friends now than before, and it's such an awesome feeling to just like pushing yourself harder into those stuff.
What type of racing games, Draco, do you struggle with the most?
That's a hard question. I mean, obviously, I cannot be good at any all the racing game. It's almost impossible. I unless if I put the time on. Um, Majority, I would say like a good very example would be the Micro Machine games, like the old games, like very old school game Micro Machine of shoot I've played. Those type of games is like I like to see like ahead of me, and I like to see like if I have a cart where I can see all the card, I can see like the track very well and stuff like this, like very like Mario Kart, Diddy Kart Racing, even Rave Racer, stuff like this. Stuff like this, I'm very comfortable with it. I would not be the best at it, but I can try my best to be good at it. But those old specific game where you don't see a lot and you need to react a lot, now because I'm a little bit older than before, I have lose some reflex to it. But this is pretty much what the type of racing I don't like that much.
Do you have any badges on your profile that you are ashamed of? If so, which games and why are you ashamed of them?
Of course, already know everybody know at this point I don't like Color Dinosaur. I mean, I think that was the obvious answer here. Um, why I'm ashamed? Well, I mean, I have like minds of me. Maybe that like this is like a non correct minds to it, but I like when I do a set, but it's like the set it have like at least 100 point or higher. If I play like lower set than that, I feel like cheat on something or I feel bad to doing it, almost like a bad feeling. And I did that for just only my people who loving me really much into RA and my stream. So I just decided to play Color Dinosaur just for them, but knowing on fact I will always never liking it. At the end, I did not really like it to be honest. I'm still ashamed about it. But it's a badge. But for me, it's more than a badge. I got more reason which I don't like it.
What features or mechanics do you usually enjoy the most in racing games?
That's an interesting question, and actually, um, well, I like the item for sure, but what it interests me the most is how much I can use the boosting mechanic. Like a very good example, like Mario Kart, you can use your mushroom to cut some stuff. There's like shortcut. on 200cc, you can actually jump higher than normal, and you can cut have new shortcut when you don't actually see. So the speed stuff mechanic to where you go at full limit where you're not supposed to be, this is what is very interesting me. So like a good example as well as Diddy Kong Racing, where you just need to release the A button and you fly like crazy. I love that aspect of racing game, the speed.
What is your favorite video game series?
If I can choose on every single of them,
Yeah, just any series that's your favorite.
I mean, obviously, I think any type of Mario game would be my favorite because Mario game have that was almost the first game I have in my hand when I was younger. So any type of Mario would be sport, non-sport, board, racing, anything with Mario on it. This is my go-to go.
What would you say is your favorite food and why? And also, why Pepsi over Coke?
Oh wow. Pepsi over Coke. Just because one, the can of Pepsi is blue, so that makes sense. Um, no, that's a bullshit answer. But to be honest, I have drank like too much Pepsi at this point. Then when I drink some Coke, I know the feeling which has less sugar, so I know the difference between both of those. So I can't drink both. But Pepsi is because what it give me all my positivity, I guess, or my all my what which I like to do. And what I like eating, well, that's tough because I like poutine. So poutine is fries with sauces and some cheese. So this is typically a Quebec meal, I would say, because normally French and English people don't usually do that. But you can put like some fries with cheese and barbecue sauce. If you want to, you can put some bacon and popcorn into it. And tell me, it's a yummy meal. Okay.
If you say so, Draco, if you say so. What are your favorite hacks that you've played on RA?
That's really a hard one. Because they have like so many hack Pokemon or even like hack Mario, which like bring me into like a different aspect to some games. I would say like example, I love like a lot of game. I cannot choose one of the both because I think is very different. But like example, I will give you a good example, like Star Road. Like when I play like Mario 64, like Star Road is like so beautiful, a little bit very bit challenging, but the way you approach the game, which you know into a different level, even like playing Mario into Luigi or something like that, having some different way to approach it, even on Pokemon, man, I just loving those feeling.
You recently won the Mario Party tournament on Retro's Most Wanted, so congratulations on that. What is your favorite Mario Party game and why?
Well, thank you for that. That was what a grind of journey there. My most far party, it would be always between the two and the fort. I don't know why I love fort that much, but the fourth one is because this is the first on GameCube, and then just the way you can, I don't know. I just love those mini games. Like for me, like when I choose a Mario Party, if the mini games are well done, like very well done, I have so much fun to doing those. This is what I love too much about Mario Party. So two, the only reason I love two is because they have a costume on it, and oh boy, it's like it's just a little twist, and I like the twist. So costume make all the difference, but the mini game also is good. So I mean, I cannot choose between both of the two, but both was a lot into my when I was a younger.
You've recently been playing through the Professor Layton series for the first time. What has that experience been like for you? How are you enjoying that?
So first of all, yes, well, okay, you got me there, Mr. Bendy. So to be honest, like I said many times, Draco hate reading. I mean, when I read, it's not because it's like when I read something, after maybe like 5 or 10 minutes, I tend to sleep almost like when your body like is almost I'm tired to reading. So Professor Layton, I didn't want it to play it because I knew it I would need to read, which I always hate on a video games is reading. When I play video games is for chasing the game, getting faster and find the best strategy for me, but because I was a speedrunner, button mashing is the way to go. So wait, Layton was not my typical of games, but I played for fun at the base without knowing I'm gonna master three of them already, and then of course I needed some help obviously because I'm not the smarter into those games, but Leighton teach me how to one reading could be fun in some ways because the story is so well and mystery so well done, and when people surprise me with stuff is Draco is into a gold mine and he don't know how to answer, so every time yeah someone's like I got like a mystery something so like oh Draco here's this and then oh and then you this is what Leighton gave to me. It's like I didn't expect what to do, they teach me something in return, and the feeling to get like wow, get the mystery of wow, this is how I really enjoy it.
What's your favorite Pokemon game and why?
um I do love every single of generational Pokemon, I would say, but I think the most which I enjoy the most, and I don't think we're gonna see it on RA soon. Definitely X and Y. So Pokemon X and Y was a game I think I played like 999 hours, and I did play competitive as well when I was breeding my Pokemon. And I don't know, this is just the gen where I feel it was mine, but I tend to like every single of gen except maybe the newest
How do you feel about missable achievements?
one. Yeah, Draco, I have a strong opinion about Miscible actually. I mean, Miscible are good, but I feel Miscible are maybe not the way I like to see. What I mean by that is, it's like example Professor Layton. That's a good example there. You play a game and you know you can miss something, and if you just one mistake, you need to redo the entire game. So what I feel about Missable is I try to always look about the casual players. So casual players is like you try something new, you don't know what to expect, and you try your best and having fun. And when I see like everything could be missable and you need to play maybe like 20 hours, 30 hours to get one single stuff, I don't really like it. I mean, I can't deal with it because with research and stuff, but this is not my jam.
How would you say that you balance fun with point grinding and avoid burnout?
To be honest, I have no clue. To be honest, it's like I know when I started RA, I grind like maybe crazy for like maybe like a month, maybe like 3 or 4 months because I was so in the hype to it. But it's like when I see like some difficulty happening into any kind of set, example, you cannot succeed on something, you cannot succeed on that thing, you see another person be able to getting it but you just cannot getting it, and every time I see that I always trying to be downside, I downside myself, I always question myself about well, what I'm doing wrong. Am I good enough? Am I good enough? And then the more I was grinding, the more I got some goals in mind, and people like always behind me and support me into the goals I was going into. And the more I did, the more I always feel almost burnt out of myself. And I think I did burn out at some point, maybe like a couple of times when I was grinding. And I don't want to anybody get the chance of being burned out because of grinding, because I did not see like many games I just like played those games because I wanted to get them fast, and I did not even enjoy them as the full potential I wanted, and I regret it in many ways. But I mean, grind is fun, but just be aware about like if you do too much, you can be in trouble sometimes. So yeah.
Do you think you'll ever return to speedrunning? Why or why not?
I don't really want to return to speedrun anymore for the fact of I'm very stressed in life, and speedrun is like imagine like a guy who is very stressful on any aspect of his life, and you have some world record which is good, and the feeling to every time reset, resetting, resetting again, and it's like if you take a break of speedrunning a certain games, you're gonna feel the way of if you miss example like you play a game every single day and then you don't play for 2 days or 3 days, and then when you come back to it you're gonna be a completely like you're gonna be bad, and you're scared to you need to perform every single time. And when I was speedrunning, every game I wanted to play was just okay, how can I optimize this, how can I play better on this, how was a better strategy for this, and vice versa. So having always your hamster into your brain spinning, for me it's a no-go. I mean, it's way much stressful for me. Some people can handle it, I did, but I lose the hang of it, and now if I go back to it, I feel I will be like it would be not good. I would be way too much competitive, so I should not do that.
How do you feel about multiplayer achievement sets? What would you say your experience is like with those?
I think they are the best. I wish and I have more of those to be honest, because multiplayers you have many ways now. I have figured out you have many ways now to play some multiplayer set, and I wish we have more than what we have on Ori. Because one, you play with a friend. Two, you cannot like you share already a good moment. You can have some laugh. You can and you just don't think about anything else than having fun with your friends. So that feeling, this is the best of the best, and almost like racing as well. Racing with a friend into a game, you cannot like subtract to anything. It's just I mean, how can you not having fun with a friend playing example Paper Mario when me and Benny doing it? You cannot like having a better moment than that. I mean, obviously not. So I want to see more multiplayer set in the future.
Yeah, that really was a ton of fun playing Paper Mario together. We got to get back to that soon. So, you talked about this a little bit earlier, but I have to ask, why do you always skip text in games?
So yes, keeping text on the game is because Draco is, like I said, a speedrunner, and speedrun text is where we mash the most. So for me, it's just I lose time and I'm losing time. So it's just a reflex of me. I don't want to read. I'm there for playing the game. So moving on and get into the next task I need to execute. That's pretty much what I have no other excuse.
What would you say the ideal controller is for you? I know that you use the 8-bit dough, but what does the ideal controller really look like for you? Like weight, buttons, the way it feels in your hands, and so on and so forth.
I did play a little bit of so my ideal controller is basically like a GameCube controller to me. I really like the feeling about that one when I play like any type of GameCube games. Having a strong joystick and D-pad, I don't really like the D-pad that much. But for me, the ideal, if I can have another controller more like GameCube style, I would take it. Right now I do have an 8-bit though because Viperzen was generous to give me one. I really like it. I mean, I have so much fun with my 8-bit though. I'm just sadly sad that the L2 and R2 are like I don't feel they are like very good because I like the Xbox One, like when your L2 are very good, but for me I just don't really like it, and the joystick is a little bit downside, which I'm not a fan of, but generally the 8-bit controller is very fantastic, but just those little fighters, I just don't like it that much.
Do you prefer retro games over modern games? If so, why?
Um, Now definitely do, yes. I mean, I did play a lot of modern games, but not crazy much. And the way I like more retro games now is because it's more accessible, like very accessible and almost free to use. So just because of those factors, you can play like anything you want and have access to anything you want quickly rather than paying, because I pay like a lot of games like example like I pay for Mario Party on the not on DS but on the Switch, and I pay for Super Mario Maker 2. I pay for so many games on the Switch where I was just disappointed, and I play for what 2 3 hours, and then I sell them. So I'm tired of getting or buying stuff and just regret it after it. But when I play retro game, I can play for 2 3 minutes and then change up if I want to.
What would you say is the type of gamer series that you would like to get good at but aren't good at?
Oh boy. I mean, one of my strength I feel as a gamer is I can play like any type of game and pick up really quick. Even if without having any skill on them, I like to analyze every single aspect because I feel like when I was playing with my mom always asked me question and I always find the answer to go to like moving forward. And I think like when I play video game, this is what I do. It's like anything what I do, I can always moving on into the game no matter what the obstacle could do. Obviously, like some stuff are very hard too hard to do, but I mean, I think, man, I think like shoot them up are my oh my, they're so much my nemesis. I'm not good at those. I wish I could have more reflex into those game, but oh man, I'm bad at that.
How do your rivalries on RA inspire you?
Um, that's a hard. That's a good one actually. I do have a lot of rival for me reason. I have like friend rivals like Ciro and I. Right now, Ciro was like very down into the leaderboard, and now he when he did some leapfrog, I have my downside there. He already catched me up like very quickly than expected, and then I never see him as a rival, like really rival, but now these days, me and I are like just close to the leaderboard, and we push ourselves to just going higher and higher. I don't know how long it would be or how long it would stand in front of me, but don't worry. When Draco gonna get something, I hope he's better. I hope he want to be first place because I would not let him win, even if it takes 3 years, 4 years, until he go down. That's my strength. That's what I hope for. And other rivalry, which I'm very not jealous about, but Max and Sarconius are pretty much my rival inspiration people because they I don't know how they do it. I don't know their secret. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of determination where maybe they have more than I do, but they are so incredible good at video games. I just don't know how they're so good. So sometimes I get demotivated by that, but sometimes I'm just very inspired to just I want to be with them and be close to them and say like, hey, I'm good too. Let's go.
Do you have any sets that you would like to develop in the future?
I have already developed 4 set already, and I don't really plan on anything to develop any more set yet because now I have other. It takes a lot of time. I mean, steving is not something where you do like in 2 minutes. It's something you can spend time if you really care about the game you want to create. You can spend like literally months on it. So no, I have no plan to doing any more dev stuff for now.
What is your favorite console, and what are your favorite memories of that console?
I think my console favorite would be always the GameCube, because of I was just so happy when my mom get the console and then I play some Sunshine, and then after that I buy like Mario Parties and other stuff. I mean, this console just changed my way when I was younger because the game was better. A lot of game was creative, and I mean I have no expression but just GameCube and a little bit of PlayStation, but GameCube would be my jam.
So you have 20 set requests out right now. Of all of those 20, what would you say is your number one top set request?
That's a hard one. That's really a hard one. I mean, I put a lot of games where I like to see, but right now, oh my god, I don't know. But I don't know. Oh man, you got Nugget. Obviously, I want the Pokemon games, but man, I think I would go for my Ragnarok Diaz game because I played a little bit of that. But I mean, that I'm pretty sure like a lot of people would be surprised how this game was, because I did play a lot of Ragnarok, maybe like 4 or 5, even 6 years in a row about that game when I was younger as well. So, and I played the DS version, and I know the DS is not the greatest thing ever, but this is giving me so much memory back. So yes, I want this game into RA.
Draco, why haven't you mastered Mario Party 3?
Oh boy, is it another meme? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I mastered like the two of the one and the two. The three is not because I cannot able to do it. It's just because of the final boss of the stars, where you need to land 9 constantly perfect jump into the air. So it's like example, you have the million star at the as the boss finals, and then you need to count every single star is gonna shoot at you. And trust me, when I said like you need to count every single of them, and then having the perfect place where you need to highly jump, and then at the same time having the perfect when you try to land, or trying just to starting to land, you need to swing your star and then get another star, and then vice versa. You need to do that 9 times in a row, and the time is very hard to get for me. I don't know why. I tried to lower it at some point because I was feeling not fair at all, but did not get any more success. And then I'm struggling with 6 seconds under the time. I just cannot get it.
Systems that don't have achievements yet, like GameCube, for example, what would you say are your favorite titles for those systems?
Obviously, GameCube. Obviously, Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2. Every single Mario Party 4, 5, 6, 7. Mario Golf. Everything Mario in it. Paper Mario there. Everything of that. Give me, and Sonic Adventure 2 battles. I have Pokemon Collision. I cannot handle myself right now, okay? This is not a fair question, and this is too much.
Nice. So, what is the hardest game that you've mastered on RA?
Um, I have many other games, I would say, which is very hard to me to master. First of all, I would say like I got a race me and Vez, and we play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon the first time. We did a race for over 2 weeks. We play night and days, and we just wanted to be the first to master it. It resolved. We have played for 90 hours and 92 hours to the game. So for the longest mastery I got, and before the revision, obviously, that one was a nightmare. I mean, we spent so much time quickly. We wanted to give up many times, but we got it, and that was a long road. So for definitely the time consuming, I would say this is the longest one. Yeah, that's pretty much the hardest one, I would say.
What would you say is the hardest achievement that you've mastered on Retro Achievements?
The what? The hardest achievement?
Yeah, not the hardest game specifically, but the hardest achievement that you've mastered.
Um, well, oh boy. I mean, do I really have a hardest achievement? Of course, they have like many hardest achievement. I mean, I could do for the midair shield jump as well, but with practicing a lot, after a couple of hours, you could definitely do it. But I will say something about the Mario Kart Super NES. Mario Kart Super NES have like an achievement where how can I say that? You have to play the DK, which DK is the slowest, no, the fastest character, but have the bad start, and you need to play on star the last cup, and the last cup is L difficult. So that achievement on itself could be like a couple hours more than that, but the precision of that thing was crazy. So for me, that was the most hardest achievement I think I have done into at this point.
You've mentioned that there are some games on RA that you refuse to play. Why is this?
So, like I mentioned, I refuse to play them not because they are just bad game. I just like I said, I don't want to doing like example. I saw like a couple like games where they have like 1 or 6 or 7 achievement, and they don't have like maybe like 10, 20 or so points, I feel it's like almost like cheesing. I feel it's not right. It's like I'm a gamer where I like to, no matter how much time I need to spend on something, I'm gonna get it. So I like to, so for me, like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is higher into my respective because I took 92 hours to master it. Compare where I could do like 10 minutes on a game and having the mastery. I don't feel the satisfaction of succeed. I feel the satisfaction of failing something. So I like when the game is a little bit harder and you have some tough challenging into it. And I don't see any games into those point lower. I could have a satisfaction of a successful achievement in my mind. I mean, don't get me wrong, but that's just for me.
If you could go back and give yourself any piece of advice 5 years ago to future Draco, what would that be?
Honestly, I don't know. I know like Draco when he was a little bit younger. I tend to be a little bit more lazy. I'm still a bit more lazy in some days. I know I need to not say that about myself, but I tend to be very lazy, which means I, rather than like pushing and trying to get something very satisfying, like example, like I got a good degrees on school and stuff, but rather than looking for something good and having a good life and all that like that, I always going for the easy way, and I was always trying to get into video games and just trying to do that. Maybe my advice would be for myself. I really don't know, man. I just feel terrible at the job I got. But maybe like if I just have maybe more confident myself and having maybe like a better jobs or something like this in the future, I don't know. Something like that. I don't know.
What do you have against the Legend of Zelda series?
Legend of Zelda series. That's a very interesting question. Legendary Zelda are, I would say like they pretty much like hard for me. I just see the potential. I don't see the potential of myself to be good, and I pretty much losing hope on those. For many reasons linked to the past, it's a good one because the damageless achievement. I can't beat the game. It's not I cannot beat it. It's just some stuff I always see myself cannot succeed it, and this is where it's blocked me to play it pretty much. Um, and the only to fun fact, the only Zelda I really did enjoy and want to spend more time into it was Twilight Princess. This is the only time I wanted to play Zelda, and it would be the only reason for it because that was such a great game, and I'm scared for the achievement in the future if we have that. But I'm still willing to play that. The only Zelda game I did enjoy when I was a kid.
What's the weirdest system that you've done an achievement on? And what would you say is the weirdest system in general?
Oh, weird systems. Oh boy. Probably the Atari to be honest. I mean, Atari is like, it's like the music, some of the game, most of the game are pretty bad. Even if like it's pretty good console, which I never played when I was younger, the control is weird. Everything about Atari was weird to for me. So I think that would be the weirdest thing for me.
What are your current goals? What are you working toward?
That's a good question. My goals as for now is obviously I've made stuff onto my streams where I want a lot of goals there. But for RA, my goal would be top 10, obviously top 10. I see myself to top 5, even top 2, maybe top 1. So I know I'm gonna have to put a lot of time into it still, but like I said, it doesn't matter how much time I would need to spend on. Top 10 would be my biggest goal. We are on it to top 21, which is pretty amazing for almost 2 years. But yeah, top one would be my goal. I don't know if I can get it, but I'm ready to put a fight, I guess.
What does the future of gaming look like to you?
That's an interesting question, actually. I have no answer for that. I would say. I mean, you have like modern games are pretty cool. They have like some unique aspect to it. It's like right now I have losing all my hope into the Switch because I wanted to see so badly a Mario Kart 9 or a new Mario Kart, because for me Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is not a new games. It's just an old games because of the Wii U version. So I was always hoping for that, and I never see it from the Nintendo guy. So yeah, actually I don't know. Like some games are pretty good, but I mean, for me, I will always be amazed by the graphics and how the graphic always improve.
What sets would you recommend to someone new to RA?
Oh well, not definitely not the color dinosaur to play. I think I will recommend to anybody to play what they feel to play. If you like racing game, just play racing game. If you like to play a game, you enjoy it when we play a kid like Spyro, just do it. I mean, the sky has no limit at this point.
What's the most creative achievement that you've had to do?
The most creative achievement I have to do. Oh boy, on any game? Oh my god, I don't know.
Yep. Any game.
Um, wow, that's a tough one. I don't know. I mean, oh, okay. Okay, now I got a fun one. I remember like when I was playing like GBA, like Super Mario World, and you need to ride Yoshi from the ghost, like like before you enter the map of Bowser or stuff. You have like so you need to get Yoshi with you, swimming the waters with the Yoshi with a million of ghosts, and then landing into this orb stuff at the bottom with Yoshi instead of having Yoshi with you. That was the most dumbest thing I did ever in my life. Sorry, but when I was close down to get that, I hit a spike, and then Yoshi just run away for 2 seconds and hit the ball or the orb. So I lose my achievement there, but that was pretty creative, I guess.
I remember that achievement, and I had pretty much the same experience as you, Draco. That one took me quite a few tries. All right. How has retro achievements changed your life?
I think retroachievement changed my life for many reasons. One, let's see. So I got like so at the start, I didn't expect to have many friends at all. I mean, I didn't expect to have many badge at all. I didn't expect to having like top 21 at all. So my expectation was pretty low. And then the more I talked to Spory, the more I talked to Bendy, the more I reach out to Shoot, the more I talk to everybody, to Ari, and the more like today we're doing this amazing like interview, it's amazing like podcast we did together. And the more I see it is how much I got, like how much I have grown a little family, and then every people was just talking to each others, and that's feeling for me to seeing like those like specific people never talk together, and now they maybe like collab into some games, or they do certain stuff together, or doing some events together, and then just bring just like not I would not say random people, but pretty much random people, but like a lot of people do, like they never speak to anybody, and then I just like trying to be nice because I'm always kind of nice with people, and just seeing this person almost like evolve in front of your eyes, and you seeing yourself doing something good about it. This is all about for me with our family. So I think this is the what I am the most proud of. I mean, maybe this is not the good reason, but I mean, it's like I don't even care about my ranks, I don't even care about my points. I just care about how much I got so many good people around me now than before, and I mean that brings me a smile like almost every single day when I talk to people. So for me, this is my stuff.
Well, I appreciate that. That's a very thoughtful answer. So, if you could have any job in the world, what would it be?
Um, yeah. So I know it's maybe like foolish. I don't even think I'm gonna make it this far. I believe if I believe like hardly, if I believe a lot of myself, maybe one day, but I think I have way too much fun with Twitch in general and streaming. I know it's foolish. I know it's maybe not a dream come true. I don't know. I think I know I would never make money out of like a lot of money from this platform on anything. But doing because I like talking so much with people. I like talking and doing some video at the same time. So for me, would be my dreamiest jobs ever. If I just can't pay my rent like a couple with just month with this type of jobs, I would totally do it. That would this is just my dream. I cannot let it down. But I know this is not maybe the reality to it. I know it's sad to say it, but I mean at some point I would need to find something else in real life. I don't really like to work in real life in general. I like talking to people a lot. I mean, this is how people love me at my work or my previous work. They just like you see like a customer where just come back because they just want you, the one who serve him, like his lunch or something, because he like you when you smile, he like you when you talk to him and giving his a little moment to him. This is what I like to do. This is why I like Twitch, and this is why I want to be as a future job.
Good answer as well. Good answer as well. So I think that's about it for all the questions we had for you, Draco. And I really appreciate you spending some time with us and giving us some more insight. I definitely learned some more interesting things that I had no idea about, honestly, with you. So, Bendy, do you have anything for him?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that this has been a ton of fun. I learned some new things about my friend, and I tried to really dig deep with these questions. There was so much I wanted to ask you, so much I wanted to know. So you gave some pretty good answers. I know we put you on the spot with some of those. Some of those might have been a little bit difficult, but I think this was overall a pretty good experience. I had a lot of fun.
Honestly, I was thinking that was way harder, or I mean, way harder than that. I was expecting like more fishy, bad question than that, but that was very fast, I guess. But I hope you enjoyed this episode of our podcast again. Know your host. That was thanks a lot, guys. This has been a fun experience, and hopefully we all learned something new about each other today, which I think we did pretty a lot. Please let us know any question you may have for us in the comments, and hope you look forward to future installment of our podcast. Bye.